All right, welcome back, YouTube. Looks like I did what I set out to do, and that was paint some half tracks in a few days. And that is what I have done. So I painted these two SDKFZ 251 Ausf half tracks. These are Warlord kits. I got these half tracks as a part of the early war Panzer Grenadier set they do. It's a really great set, and you can find them on eBay pretty cheap. I found this set for $65. So for $65, you get the 30 or 25 or 30 miniature box set of early war infantry and 3 half tracks. I mean, that is just a killer deal for 65 bucks. You know, and GW money, that gets you like 2 Space Marines or some weird shit, right? Like, so like $65 for the core part of an army, because if you take those 3 half tracks and those 30 infantry, you add a couple of heavy machine guns, an anti-tank gun, a mortar, and a tank. That's 1,000-point bolt action force right there, right? And so you're looking at $100 max to field a $100 to $120 max to field a bolt action force, 1,000-point bolt action force. So I got these guys painted up. I showed them off when they were, the light's not really picking them up there. But I got these guys primed up. I need to do the decals on them still, so I'll still put the Buchenkreuz on them. I tried to get my modulation set out. The light's not really picking it up. They are a little bit modulated. I use the AK Interactive Early War modulation kit. It's 6 paints. You can see this one's a little bit more modulated. You can see the panel highlights I did there. I haven't painted armored vehicles in a year, so I was really rusty, and I actually had to repaint half of one of the half tracks just because my control with the airbrush just wasn't there. And I had to redo it. But the paint set's really good. I really love that the AK Interactive armor sets, and this is their Gen 2 stuff that I have. But I have it for all the stuff that I do. They're really, really great kits. They work great in airbrushes. You can paint with them. They're really good paint sets. This particular one, and I'll show it off here. It's this guy right here. It's their War Game series, German Panzer Gray. It comes with 6 colors. So you get a shadow, a dark base, a light base, a highlight, a chipping color, and a track color. And essentially what I do is I prime the vehicle black. I use the shadow color in the crevices, and in the low spots, and then I do the base pretty much all over, missing the shadows. And then I do panel highlights with the light base, and then I do a dry brush over top with the highlight, just over the raised edges. And then I don't really use the chipping color. You could if you wanted to weather it more, but I don't. And it's a dark chipping color, and I'm pretty sure all these German vehicles had red primers anyways. And I do use the track color. It's a really good track color, and so I use that color as well. But yeah, these, and as you can see here, these 3, I've opted to put the antennas on them, and that's because these are going to be platoon leader vehicles. So not every German half-track would have had a radio set in it, but these ones do, because these are going to be for platoon leaders. So I'm going to have a 3 platoon company, and these will be the platoon leader vehicles in them. They're typical Warlord kits. They go together just fine. They come with 1 machine gunner. I haven't painted the machine gunner yet, the machine gunner figure for their front mantlet there. But I have them, and I will be painting them. But yeah, the kits are fine. They're not super detailed, but they're pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm going to weather them or not. I played around with weathering on one of my Stugs, and I don't think I like how I did it. I think I overdid the weathering, and it's made me slightly sad. But such is the world of things when you're trying to experiment with new techniques. So I don't know if I'm going to weather these or not. But we'll wait and see. There's no rush to weather them. But they are painted. Just need to do the decals. I'm glad they took more time than I thought they would. I probably spent 5 hours on these half tracks, which is a decent amount of time to spend on 5 hours. 5 hours of painting can get me like 12 Persian archers. So 3 half tracks you know, just doing all the tire work and all that sort of thing. It just kind of eats up the time on them. But I like the way they turned out, and they'll look really good on the tabletop. You know, and of course I did all the stowage equipment on them there. But yeah, so this is I've already painted one half track for the engineer, for the Pioneer section, the Panzer Pioneer section. And this is the first of the half tracks for the rifle for the Panzer Grenadier Company. So I only have about, you know, 14 more half tracks to paint. So that's 4 down, 14 to go. Because at the end of the day, it's probably going to be like 20 half tracks for this whole conf group I'm doing here. But yeah, pretty good half tracks. I don't think I'll get any more. I do have one more Warlord half track. I have the 251/10, which is the larger half track with this 3.6 centimeter AT gun on it. That's going to be my company commander's half track, as those were typically used in that manner, especially during the Barbarossa invasion and later. So yeah, nothing crazy on them. I did do the panel liner, so I have the enamel panel liner from Tamiya, and I just put it in the panels there, in the doors and the hatches, just to give them a little bit extra definition. I like the way it looks, so I do that. But yeah, so honestly, after I paint I have one more Warlord half track that's, like I said, the 251/10. I have a 251/16, which is a flame throwing half track. That's from Blitzkrieg. And then I'm probably just going to buy the rest from Rubicon. I'm a huge fan of Rubicon, in case you guys don't know that. I think they make great kits, great value, amazing detail. They're more of a modeler's kit. If you don't like to assemble kits, I'm looking at you, Holy Diver, then Rubicon's probably not for you, but I don't mind it, and I like the detail and the options they give you. So I buy lots of Rubicon stuff. But yeah, so that's three more vehicles there to add to the early war German arsenal there. I got 2 Panzer IV Fs or Gs. I can't remember. F or Gs though. With short 5 centimeter guns, and they are going to get painted next. So after I do some infantry, so I got them on the priming booth next. So we're going to paint some infantry, and then we'll do hopefully some tanks, and hopefully by then the Persians from Vitrix will arrive, and I'll have more Persians to paint, and I can get on with the Persian project. So just a little update from me. DW, I got your message. I'm getting with Holy Diver, and we'll get your stuff out to you. So, and I'll give you I'll give you my email, or I'll put a little card in the box or something. But yeah, so until next time, guys, keep on painting.